Hello, sharks! I'm Miss Caroline and I'll be teaching you math. And for today, we're going to go into a little bit of a part that may be confusing. But don't worry, I have your back and nothing will ever be confusing with Miss Caroline. Let's go and check what we're doing today. Hello, year 8. So what we're doing today is we're going to focus on what are 2D shapes and how to find an area of a specific shape. So the first thing you need to understand is what is area and what is a 2D shape. Area is the quantity that expresses the region enclosed within the boundary of a two-dimensional shape, which means it's the area inside a two-dimensional shape. A two-dimensional shape, we call it two-dimensional because it has two dimensions such as width and length, width and height. But make sure it's a flat surface. It does not have any thickness or any height as the 3D shape. So we have squares, rectangles, triangles, and circles. What we're focusing on today is parallelograms. So make sure to know, remember, parallelograms have two opposite sides that are equal and parallel. So we have base 1 and we have base 2, which are not equal. So for each base, we have a corresponding height. So for base 1, we have height 1. For base 2, we have height 2. The same for the parallelogram in B. For base 1, we have height 1 that is perpendicular on base 1. And for base 2, we have height 2 that is also perpendicular on base 2. So when you're calculating the area, make sure to use the base and its corresponding height. So let's say for parallelogram A, if we are using base 1, it means we are using height 1. If we are using base 2, it means we are using height 2. Let's figure out the length of each and see if it leads to the same area. So for base 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. For height 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. For base 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. For height 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. So 6 times 4 will be 24 centimeters squared. 4 times 6 will also be 24 centimeters squared. So both lead to the same area because it's simply the same parallelogram. هو كده كده نفس الباراليلوجرام. But for each base, a corresponding height. طيب, let's put this into action and see how it works. So, لو أنا البيز بتاعتي هنا 7, do I use 3 or does 3 belong to 4? No, 3 belongs to 7 is the corresponding height عشان it's perpendicular on 7. So your area هتبقى 7 times 3, which is 21 centimeter squared. Remember the unit for the area. But what happens if I lose and I get confused and I forget which height? Always remember it's a letter of T. So you have to have the base and the height. So in here, your area will be 5 times 10, which is going to be 50 centimeters squared. In here, it's going to be 6.5 times 1, which is 6.5 meters squared. Watch your units and watch your power. Now, for the last part for today, let's see if we can use the other way around. Now, we know to find the area, we need to multiply. يبقى عشان نجيب missing dimension, we need to divide. So, if I have 54, so I'll say 54 divided by 9 will be 6. So your height is equal to 6. If I already have the height, 19, so I'll say 19 divided by 2, which is the closest is 18, so 9.5. So 9.5 is your height. And the last one is missing the base, so we'll say 32 divided by 5, which will be 6.4, and then 6.4 is your base. Make sure to know whether you're multiplying or you're dividing. And if you want to know more, ما تنسوش تبعتوا لنا messages على الفيسبوك page بتاعتنا. Thank you very much.